Gentlemen, welcome back to another video. My name is Striker.
My name is Luba.
And today we want to talk about something that men do while they're on a date, don't they? They do something too much, and there's a little bit of a problem, right? And some men, even our clients in the past, afterwards they've come out of a date and they've realized what's happened, right? And that is they talk too much throughout the entire date and really leave no window for her to speak or a chance for you to qualify her based on what she is going to say. So they spend the whole hour or 2 hours or whatever just talking about their life, and it might be a very interesting stories, but this doesn't help you in any way because you're not going to learn anything new about her. And you've probably seen it a bit on tour and over the years.
Yeah, so when we started, you kind of came with the rule like 80-20, and I didn't really understand what does it mean. And actually the rule 80-20 lets her speak 80% of the time and you do 20% of talking. So what I see what happening with the guy, sometimes the lady asks the question about like tell about your work, or about like how did you end up in this or that state, and the guy started the whole story about how he was born, and then like his parents, and then they moved there, and then they moved there, and then he found this job, and then he changed for this job, and then this, and it's just like it's interesting, you know. They want to know that because it's a story of this person, but the stories sometimes go in such a details and in depth that it takes like 30 minutes of him non-stop describing his life situation, why he lives in this or that state. And so when the date is over, because first date we recommend it to be like a coffee date, you know, maybe light lunch, and it's only like hour and a half, 2 hours, you end up with thinking like, what is she actually doing, Luba? Like, what is her like? What is her stuff? Like, what details? Because about you, you know everything, right? Like when you go on date, you know everything about yourself. You want to know if this lady is good for you. You want to know if she is interesting for you, and if there's anything that you may like or not like about her. So that's why you need to ask questions, and you need to make sure to answer them. Of course, I understand that you want to say something. I understand that you want to share something about yourself, and she will definitely ask you a question: why are you looking for Ukrainian lady? How long you are in Ukraine? For how long did you come? How long you stay? Where are you staying? What do you like about Ukraine? Did you try borscht? And like all these like simple questions that you can easily answer. But you have to qualify her. You need to understand if this is the lady that is good. Sounds bad, but wife material for you. Yeah. If she is like answer all your requests and questions. So how to do it? How to achieve it?
Well, we did a little video. We did a video a little while ago about like how she can find you interesting, right? And that is that she needs to feel like she was the interesting one in the conversation. If she feels this when she leaves the conversation, she's going to think that you're an interesting person to talk to because of how you made her feel, not by you telling her about your education, your life story, whatever. That's not that interesting for her. It's not going to really instill any emotions in her, unlike asking her what she does and being really interested and asking her deep questions that's going to make her think to herself, nobody's ever asked me these questions before. This guy is so interesting to talk to. I'm going to put a card up here and you can go check out that video we did a few weeks ago. But Luba's right. Like the point of the first date is not for you to justify your life to her so she sees you as a high value man that she just has to have right then and there. It's for you to figure out if you want to spend more time with her. She'll be able to look at you, how you're dressed. She understands that you've got a good job because you would have told her in that 20% 80-20 rule, and what you are as a man by just basically how you present yourself, right? Luba, if you're working with us, Luba's going to be there as well, being the wing woman and getting the information that she needs right now across. But if you're not and you're just doing it some other way, just remember this 80-20 rule, right? Just to keep her talking. Even if she says, tell me about your city where you live, just keep it short. You say it's a big city, it's great, we do this on the weekend. Don't go into specific details. The second date, when you go, if you agree to go out with her, then you can talk more about yourself, you know, or you can take her on something that's a little bit more interesting to get to know her personality, like some adventure, horseback riding, whatever.
Some boats, you know, every city now has a boat riding. But the thing that you told before, and I really like, is that you was telling about asking like not a tricky question, but like question that is not direct, like, you know, I don't know what kind of example.
You want an open-ended question.
Yes,
not a yes, no question.
Yes. So you want her to actually like be a little bit more creative with the answer, and this answer will actually give you much more understanding about her than just asking like, you know, what you do for living, or like where have you been. You know, like something like why you've been there, why did you choose that country to travel. You need, like, if you want, like, I will give an example. For example, like she would say that I've been in Dubai. And a lot of guys have a wrong perception, and you as well. Like sometimes we know that these girls, they go to Dubai with some rich men and do pictures on the yachts and whatever. You want to find out, is it the story about this girl, or she literally wanted to go to Dubai and wanted to see that, and she went on the cheapest trip with her friend, and they stayed in a nice hotel, like small, not in a downtown, not anything, but they wanted to go because it's kind of like wow to go for every girl to the Dubai. So you want to ask her, like, why did you choose Dubai to travel? You know, and she will be able to tell, because, oh, I like this luxurious lifestyle, and you know, and or she will say, you know, I just always was wondering because so many people was posting pictures, I wanted to see. So for you it will be qualification. Either she's a high maintenance and she's just looking for expensive vacation, or she just wandering around, and anything that you would be showing her she would appreciate and she would like. You know, this is like,
yeah, an easy way to do it is to, if she says that you know, she lives in a certain city, say she lives in Odessa, ask her, what is the most, why are you here? Tell me, because if you just say, where do you live? Odessa. Okay, do you like it there? Yes. Okay, but then where do you go from there? So just ask her, tell me something that you find the most interesting about your city. You know, what's the most interesting experience that you've had in this particular city? She might think about it for a while, and you may have to try and coax it out of her, but you need to get her to start talking about something that's interesting on a lower level, that's going to instill some sort of emotion in her, because no doubt whatever she says, you're going to be interested in what she's going to say, because you can use it to get other information. Did she go away on holiday with her family? Was their family together? Was her father there? Did she have brothers and sisters? You know, how did she get into the line of work that she's got? You know, but if you're talking the whole time, by the end of it, not only is she going to probably find you boring, unless you've got some incredibly amazing job that she's really interested in.
Uninteresting in her, because you didn't ask any questions about her.
And that's not to say that she won't agree to come on another date with you, because for the reason that we said before, like, you're well presented. You know, she knows that you've got a good job, your stability, you know, and the way that you've presented yourself as well. You can say nothing and she'll go on a second date with you, pretty much. Like, not exactly nothing, but you know what I mean. But yeah, if you talk too much, you can burn that bridge, right?
Yes.
She can just go, all he talks about is
money. Like, don't talk about money, how much you make, how much, like, how good is your job, how do they pay your taxes, how do they pay your, like,
how bad America is.
Yeah, like your retirement. Don't discuss that. The first date should be really like super light and super like enjoyable, and something to know about her. Like, for example, I like to ask question, what is your favorite place in the city? Because for me it give a lot of answer. Like, if she say like certain place, sis, you know, I understand that, okay, she's outgoing, she like to have party, and I understand that maybe she's good or not good for the client. And like I always tell to the guys on the tour that sometimes, you know, if the lady even speak English, so I sometimes still sit on a date, or Maria or any of our other wing women. So we sitting there, sometimes we leave, sometimes we come back. I try to speak a little bit Russian with them. I try to a little bit do like underline, like between the line question, to understand who they are actually, what are their real intentions. So the guys already know that. But if you do it yourself, try to ask your question that will lead you to answer. Like, what is your favorite place? Why do you like this place? Do you like to travel Ukraine? You know, if she will just complain and say, nah, Ukraine is bad, Ukraine is dirty, like, it's also good answer for you. It gives you a lot of information about her. So I think that until we not melt, it's about 100 Fahrenheit here.
Yeah,
we should finish this.
It's pretty hot. Yeah,
it's very hot. But we hope that you understand the point, right? Like,
yeah, really. Just think about it like this: you're qualifying her, not the other way around. If you're trying to justify yourself to her, number one, you are in her frame, right? Okay, remember that, you know. And number two, she's going to find you not very interesting at all, and you may blast through that second date.
Okay guys, we hope this video was useful for you, and remember, the second date will always be there if you want that, and you will be able to tell anything you want about yourself, because I know that for the guys it's important. They say, look, but I want the lady know about my lifestyle, about like my horses, my chicken, my mother and everything. Like, I understand that, but I want you to be sure that you really want to go with this particular lady on the second date without any regrets and hesitations. So
okay, so speaking of speaking too much, that's it from us.
Bye.